Hi Ted, what are you doing in the church this late at night?
Well, Dougal, I come here sometimes to think.
To think? I never have a problem thinking, Ted.
I know, Dougal, but in your case, thinking is the problem.
I think you're right, Ted. Anyway, what has you troubled?
I'm trying to think of a way to make back all that Lord's money that suddenly disappeared.
Did you not use that money to go to Las Vegas, Ted? Sure, you collected it.
No, Dougal. I told you that money was only resting in my account.
Alright then, Ted, my mistake. Have you got any ideas?
Yes, Dougal, as a matter of fact I do. I think that we can earn the money by playing the financial market. We just have to find the signal from the noise.
But Ted, we get terrible signal out here on Craggy Island.
No, Dougal. Not that kind of signal. In economics, the signal is the information we can take from the market. It can tell us what direction prices are heading in. And if we can understand the signal, then we can predict what way the market will move. Then we can make back all that cash. To be more precise, Dougal, signals are trends in financial data. These signals can be explained by a set of highly dependent variables.
Oh. Okay, Ted. But why does it have to be noisy? Is it like Father Jack?
No, Dougal, you see, noise is kind of like the opposite of the signal. Like when Jesus was tempted by Satan, noise can tempt us into seeing a signal that isn't there. Noise exists in our financial data as a series of independent random variables which are distorting our signal. Kind of like when distortion ruined the signal when you were watching cartoons yesterday.
I still don't know if Tom caught Jerry, Ted. But I think I'm starting to understand you.
Here, Dougal. I made you this helpful chart.
Ah, now I get it. Thanks, Ted. But how are you able to tell the noise from the signal?
Great question, Dougal. It's not easy, but there are a few ways. Let's go back to the house and I'll explain them.
Race, ya Ted, I won. Ha ha, Ted. Okay then, tell me, how can you predict signal from noise?
Well, Dougal, we have to use something called econometrics. This involves using statistics and mathematics.
But how do we do that, Ted?
We can use statistics to build a model which can filter out the noise so that we only have the pure signal left. Before we can put our model together, we need to work out which data is relevant and which we can ignore.
Is that regression analysis, Ted?
Excellent, Dougal. It is. We need to regress our data and come up with a finite number of variables which can help us predict the market. However, this is not easy. There are a lot of sources of information out there, and this makes it harder for us to work out which info can be relied on. Do you understand?
Sorry, Ted. What did you say? I was ignoring you there.
Ha ha, Dougal, very funny.
No, really, Ted. I was thinking about that time I was a milkman. Do you remember? That was mad.
Anyway, we want to optimize our model by not picking too many variables. Too many cooks spoil the broth, after all. Here is a straightforward example of linear regression analysis where y, the random variable, is determined by the dependent variables plus a standard error term.
Jesus, Ted. Jack is a bit of a random variable himself, isn't he?
You're not wrong there, Dougal.
Ted, is there any way to manipulate the data to help make our model better?
Yes, Dougal, there is. It's called data transformation. 3 ways we could transform the data are using log transformations to establish relative values, normalizing the data by rebasing the data to 100, and adjusting for seasonality by taking a 12-month moving average.
All that sounds like a great model, Ted. What do you do next?
Next, Dougal. Next we carry out model testing as the final step in separating the signal from the noise.
Wow. How do we do that, Ted?
Well, we can test it by residual analysis. If our model has collected all of the signal, we should find that our residuals are uncorrelated.
Great, Ted. Have you used these methods to come up with a way to find the signal and make all that money back?
Actually, no, Dougal. But I think I may have found a new method.
What is it?
I'm going to say a mass